I'm Steve Singer up in the booth covering tonight's final event for the SCAR Street Stock Series. It's championship night. There will be a champion crowned tonight. Will it be Bobby Hamilton Jr.? Maybe. There's a chance that that may not happen. Things need to fall everybody else's way, and not so much for Bobby, but we got to watch and we got to find out. Tonight's event, again, SCAR Street Stock Championship, Nashville Super Speedway. We've got 40 laps of action coming to you tonight. Beautiful night for racing. Let's take a quick look at practice. Right now, it's Justin Napier, top of the charts, with Colt Ainsley, Will Hewitt, Cody Harger, and Bobby Hamilton Jr., the top 5 in practice. It's only a few minutes remaining. Let's watch a little bit here. Some of these times may be a little deceiving because there is a bit of a draft working here with these street stocks at Nashville. Just over 1.33 miles. They're going to be running some pretty quick speeds for a street stock, and they do punch a pretty good hole in the air, so the draft will absolutely be in play. Just over a minute remaining here in practice. Justin Napier, last week's winner in the Cup Series, just barely quicker than the 86 of Colt Ainsley. Just 1/100th of a second faster. Will Hewitt 200 slower. Cody Harger 300 slower. These must be draft times. They're right on the money with each other. Big wreck in the front stretch. No crew needed here. Just a quick reset and we're back up and running. A reminder to everybody, tonight's event brought to you by the Hateful Chicken. If you're hungry before the race, stop down to the Hateful Chicken and grab some grub before the green flag. That wraps up practice. Qualifying to follow very shortly. Let's see who takes to the track first. Looks like the 33 of Will Hewitt's going to hit the pavement first in his qualifying attempt. Colt Ainsley, Thomas McMullen are also out on track. Virtually, of course. Hewitt takes green flag on lap 1. Definitely appears to be a momentum track here tonight. Will Hewitt, lap 1, clocks in with a 35.54. Thomas McMullen is a tick slower, but on pole, it looks like Colt Ainsley right now, the provisional pole. He ran a 35.48. Just a half-tenth quicker than Will Hewitt. Let's see if Will Hewitt can improve on lap 2. Meanwhile, we'll check out Brian Rose in the 89. Ran a 35.67. Lap 1. Still got lap 2 to go. Not sure which lap is going to be quicker here, if it's the first or second. Some tracks favor lap 1, some favor lap 2. Coming to the stripe. Brian Rose clocks in. Lap number 2. 35.53. A little bit of an improvement off lap 1. Brian Rose sitting in 5th place right now, just behind Bobby Hamilton Jr. His lap 1 is a 35.53. He's coming to the line to complete lap 2 right now. Lap 2 for Bobby Jr. 35.60. Does not improve on lap 2. So it seems kind of in the middle between the lap 1, lap 2 comparisons. Carson Conway, a 36 and a 35.9. Not a great qualifying attempt for Carson Conway. Let's see if we can check in with Carson Conway. Carson Conway, Steve up in the broadcast booth. Do you have us?
I sure do. How you doing?
Good, Carson. How are you?
Doing all right.
How's Nashville Super Speedway treating you so far? What was qualifying like?
Loose.
Real loose.
Loose
Okay.
in and tight off.
Loose and tight off. That makes for a tough night. You got any strategies for the evening that might help you with that?
I think they're going to be up here racing hard for the championship, so I'm going to wait for them to crash themselves.
Just going to keep the nose clean. Well, you're starting shotgun on the field, Carson. Good luck the rest of the way.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that was Carson Conway, driver of the number 72 Street Stock with Holler Boys Racing. Loose in, tight off. Sounds like he's got to back up the corner a little bit. Now, backing up the corner, for those that aren't real familiar, it means letting off a little bit earlier, not driving the car so deep into the corner. Gives you an opportunity to get back to the throttle a little bit sooner. So we've got just about a minute, maybe less here until we wrap up this qualifying session. It looks like everybody has run. Your top 9 here is Cody Harger, Colt Ainsley, Will Hewitt, Thomas McMullen, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Brian Rose in 6th, Jeff Napier and Justin Napier 7th and 8th, and Carson Conway is 9th. Short field tonight here at Nashville Super Speedway. It sometimes tends to happen in the championship race because not everybody has a shot, but I'm sure we're going to see a ton of action with these 9 that did come out to race tonight. Familiar faces for sure. Cody Harger, Colt Ainsley, Bobby Jr., even Carson Conway made it out, though he's not always available to do so, but we appreciate him making the field this evening and helping us put on a show. Field rolls out of pit lane to start their first pace lap. I believe it's going to be one and done, going green this time. Cody Harger on that front row with the outside P2 Colt Ainsley. 40 laps here at Nashville Superspeedway. To keep things green, this will click off in a hurry. So don't walk away because you're going to miss a lot. Pace car hits pit road. Starter has green in hand. Waiting on the field. Still waiting. Green is in the air and we're off and running. Street Stock Championship night from Nashville Superspeedway. Good start from our front row. Really all of our top 6. Into turn 1. Cody Harger continues to lead. Not quite clear of the 86. 3 wide going into 3. Too early for that. Will Hewitt looking down low. He still wants to take the spot for the lead. 3 wide for the lead. Will Hewitt, Cody Harger, and Colt Ainsley. They make it off turn 4. Will Hewitt with the advantage. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking. Now he wants a part of the action. Are we going to go 4 wide into 1? Please, I hope not. Still 3 wide. Cody Harger edging back out to the front. Low line for Will Hewitt. High side as Colt Ainsley tucks in behind the 66. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking to the inside of Will Hewitt. Nothing doing there. Cody Harger slips the high groove a little bit, gives the advantage to the 33 at the line. It is Will Hewitt, it looks like, leading that lap. Will Hewitt fighting down low again. Wants that top spot. Bobby Hamilton Jr. with the push from behind. But looking to the inside of Will Hewitt. He wants the lead. Into turn 3. Does he take it? He's got it, and he's going to be clear. Coming through 3 and 4. New leader, Bobby Hamilton Jr. It's almost a high-speed game of chicken, or a hateful chicken. Bobby Hamilton still leads. Thomas McMullen looks to the inside. We're still 3 wide for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Bobby doesn't know who to block. Unbelievable racing here at the top 4 spots. As I said before, there's only 9 cars, but so far it has been great to watch these guys battle it out for 5 laps for the front spots. Will Hewitt looking down low, but not enough room. Thomas McMullen is there. Will Hewitt slides up into the 66, but everybody gets away clean. Will Hewitt dropping back through the field either by design or due to some handling issues that may have happened with the contact at the O2. I don't see any damage to the car, but maybe this is a strategic move not to wad the car up early on. Justin Napier in the 54, our winner at the Cup race last week, trying to continue his winning ways. He's up to 4th spot. Cody Harger looking to the inside of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Possible change of leaders once again. Good run off of turn 4. Doesn't really have the draft help, but neither does Bobby Jr. at this point. A nose in front by the 66, but Thomas McMullen looking to the inside of Cody Harger as well. Some great action here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. Lead change after lead change after lead change. And we've got 33 still to go. Bobby Jr. drops back to about 4th spot. Under pressure now by the 33 of Will Hewitt. Still side by side up front, Cody Harger, Thomas McMullen. Not to step too far back here, but as we talk to Carson Conway, still shotgun on the field, just watching things unfold. I'm sure he's taken a lesson as to how these guys are driving this track, what mistakes are being made, where he can make up some time, because he's keeping up with the pack, making a move to the inside of the 40 of Jeff Napier, tucked in right behind teammate Brian Rose in the 89. Back up front, Cody Harger, full car length out front. Bobby Hamilton Jr. back up to second place. Thomas McMullen still a strong third. Gonna ride with Cody Harger. Beautiful paint schemes on all his cars. I believe Splash and Go Graphics is his choice for that. They do a great job. Calm and focused and determined inside the cockpit of that number 66. Front four up, down single file at this point. Oh, I say that, and 33 of Will Hewitt looks to the inside of Thomas McMullen. It seems like these two have magnets to each other. Every time we turn around, they're right next to each other. Colt Ainsley quietly making his way back up, running in the 5th position. Still awful racy up front for the top 4 positions. Welcome in, Terry and Melinda. Appreciate you watching. Still side by side for 1st through 4th. It's a high-speed pace lap. Still exciting up front, but it seems to be settling down slightly. Too early on to be being that aggressive and chewing up tires this early where it could hurt you later on in the run, especially if this stays green. Don't tell Will Hewitt that. He's certainly looking pretty racy in that 33 car. While we watch these guys beat and bang and jockey for position, we're going to do our own version of Crank It Up. Just as soon as we cut away to crank up the volume, there's action up at the front once again. Will Hewitt has jockeyed his way into 2nd position. Cody Harker still the leader, but it is side by side into turn 1. Bobby Jr. back to 3rd, and Colt Ainsley has certainly worked his way up a spot. He's now running, I believe, 4th. Pushing the 33 down the backstretch, hopefully to get him up into the lead so Colt can make his way to the front. New leader, Will Hewitt in the 33. As we said, Colt was pushing him hard down the backstretch, gave him some momentum to get past the 66. But don't look now, the 66 and the 02 are fighting back on the outside. Coming into the mix, too, is the 89 of Brian Rose. 6th spot, but it looks like this whole pack is tidied up to be a front car battle. '89 of Brian Rose may have learned a little bit riding in the back to what the air and the draft is doing. See if he can use that to his advantage to work his way through the field. Will Hewitt running that middle line in between Cody and the 86 of Colt Ainsley. Frustrating the 86 for sure because Colt wants the lead. Looking to the inside in 1. 86 on the low side, 33 in the middle lane. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking below the 86. Colt shuts the door. Side by side for the lead, 23 laps to go. Colt Ainsley and Will Hewitt are top 2. Waiting in the wings, Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Cody Harger. It's a 6-car battle in the front for the lead. Colt Ainsley still has it. Will Hewitt second. Bobby Jr. third. Cody Harger fourth. Brian Rose and Thomas McMullen fifth and sixth. 3 wide for second, third, and fourth. Colt with the lead still. Now a 3 wide battle for the lead into 1. Can't pull it off quite yet. Bobby Hamilton Jr. trying to give the 86 a push. Tucked in right on that back bumper of the 86. Cody Harger coming to the line. He will lead this lap. 20 laps to go. Caution is out at the halfway break. Our leader at halfway, Cody Harger, and he gets into the 33, or the 33 comes down and causes a wreck after the yellow has come out. Folks are not going to be happy about that one. So while we're under a yellow here, let's go back up and take a look at the incident with Jeff Napier. I know he crashed about lap 15. Hateful chicken instant replay. Looks like Jeff got down on the apron, just got in the loose stuff, spun it around, overcorrects, takes out the pit cone, spins across the track, gathers it back up and straightens it out. Doesn't hit anything, but gets back on that apron again, and I think this is what actually, this is where he ended up. I think he just parked it at this point, or did he keep on going? Gets it in gear and heads off. So it looks like the running order at the halfway is Cody Harger, Will Hewitt, Thomas McMullen, Brian Rose in 4th, Bobby Hamilton Jr. 5th, Carson Conway 6th, Justin Napier 7th, Colt Ainsley is 8th, and Jeff Napier is 9th. Looks like we're going to take some tires at this point. 2 or 4, that's the question. We'll find out. It's a long pit lane. All right, pit stop cycles have gone through. It appears Jeff Napier did not pit in a typical move for the 40. Can't blame him, trying to get some laps led here late. It is the last race. Take all the points you can get. So our leader, I believe, is Thomas McMullen. Our leader is Jeff Napier. Second's Thomas McMullen. Third, Cody Harger. Fourth, Will Hewitt. Fifth, Brian Rose. Sixth, Carson Conway. Seventh, Bobby Hamilton Jr. Eighth, Colt Ainsley. And ninth is Justin Napier. Lights are off on the pace car. We're going to be going green this time by with 16 laps to go. If we go green the rest of the way, this is going to be over in a heartbeat. And I'm not tuned into any kind of race officials, but it looks like Cody has taken an EOL. Pace car hits pit lane. Jeff Napier up to speed. Thomas McMullen tucking in front of the 89 of Brian Rose, but looking to the inside of Brian might be the 33 of Will Hewitt. 16 laps to go. Thomas McMullen looking to the inside of Jeff Napier for the lead. Takes it handily. But the momentum on the outside of Jeff Napier, he's still fighting back through the tri-oval. It's also allowed the 89 of Brian Rose to catch the front pair along with Will Hewitt. And looky there, Justin Napier in the 54 has also caught the lead pack. So we have a 5-car lead pack. 15 laps to go. Our leader is Thomas McMullen. Second, Jeff Napier. Looking to the inside is Will Hewitt. Thomas McMullen with a reasonable advantage at this point. It doesn't look like much, but it's really the furthest we've seen anybody get out in front. Quickly that draft chews it up going through 1 and 2 though. Will Hewitt to second. Clears the 40 of Jeff Napier. Jeff maybe trying the crossover, looking inside of the 33. Brian Rose also looking to the inside of Will Hewitt. Not going to get the position this time by. Through the dog leg. Right on the back bumper of the 33. Can he make a move to the outside? Almost seems like you need help to draft by these guys if you don't get it just perfect. Jeff Napier, after spinning out early, has certainly battled back with some strategy, but he's holding his own up in the second position, looking to the inside for the lead. Thomas McMullen shuts the door. Jeff Napier again looking to the inside of the 0-2. Gets a nose out in front for the lead. Does he have enough to clear him? It doesn't appear to be. Side by side down the backstretch. Will Hewitt now catching Jeff again. Can he give him a push into turn 3? Some different names up front, but certainly the same situation. Some racing going on up front with these 4, soon to be 5. Justin Napier looking to make himself part of this equation, while Jeff Napier and Thomas McMullen continue to battle for the top spot. Three wide for the lead. Will Hewitt down low. Jeff Napier in the middle. Thomas McMullen up high. Can they make it stick? Will Hewitt to the lead. Can he clear the 40? He does. Coming to the line with 10 laps to go. Bumping and banging the 40 and the 89 at the line. Jeff Napier, the short track king. Granted, they were on a super speedway. Where did this come from? He's putting on a show, battling back for the lead, right on the back bumper of the 33. He wants it into 3. Not enough to pull it off. Coming off turn 4, looking to the inside again. Will Hewitt to the outside. 89 of Brian Rose, a little contact with Jeff Napier. The 54 goes around, and the 66 is also crashing. We'll have to go back and take a look at that. Well, we're under yellow with 9 laps to go. The Hateful Chicken instant replay. Brian Rose almost turned off the nose of the 54. He's down the track. But the 54 appears to get turned by the 66. Let's see if we get a better angle of that. Looks like Cody was trying to correct. At the same time, Justin was coming down, and that's all she wrote. Trouble in the infield of the dogleg, and we're under yellow. Some big hits for the 89. So that leaves us with a question. Does anybody take tires? Looks like Justin's going to hit pit lane. Maybe not just for tires, but for some repairs. Can only imagine Cody is going to do the same. Tough break for the 89, the 66, the 54. Big time front end damage to the 89 of Brian Rose. Had a good run going. It's looking at least the top 3. Let's see if these 3 can make their cars just a little bit aerodynamically efficient for these last laps. Looks like we're going to get green with 5 to go, so we have a shootout on our hands to wrap up the Street Stock Championship. Bobby Hamilton Jr. runs 4th. Bear with us post-race. We're going to have to add up all the points, and I'm no mathematician, so I got to get someone in my ear to find out who wrapped up this championship when we're all said and done here, so stay tuned. We'll give you that answer before we switch over to Super Lates. David Ainsley, I don't have a replay of the incident on the caution, but it appeared that the 33 came down, I think made contact with the 66, if I remember correctly. Wasn't severe, but yeah, that happened. So lights are off in the pace car. We will indeed have 5 laps to go when we get the green. Keep an eye on Will Hewitt. Get a good jump here. In fact, we'll ride on board as the pace car hits pit lane. Oh, we're on the back stretch, so I guess we'll wait. Not quite ready for the green. Couple more corners. So Will Hewitt is wearing one of our helmet cams, so I guess we'll tap into that as the pace car gets ready to duck off for our 5-lap shootout to the end. Hopefully we can keep her green. Pace car is in. On board with Will Hewitt. Hits the loud pedal and he's off. Looks like Jeff Napier got a great restart with him. Through the dog leg, looking into turn 1. Fighting that steering wheel the whole way. Looking in his mirror now, he's got Bobby Hamilton Jr. on his back bumper. Will Hewitt continues to lead. Jeff Napier loose off turn 4, gathers it up. Bobby Hamilton Jr. to the outside, looking high on the 33. The 02 looks high, then fakes down low. Shuffles out the 16, side by side for second. Thomas McMullen looking for the lead. Through 3 and 4, coming to 3 laps to go. Will Hewitt continues to lead. Thomas McMullen a very close second. Little loose off for the 33. Colt Ainsley looking low. Wants the second spot, while Bobby Hamilton Jr. wants it too. He's looking high on the 02. Now the 02 looking for the lead on the outside of the 33. We got a battle with 2.5 to go. Colt Ainsley just pushing the 33 down the backstretch. Thomas McMullen on the high side with no help. But here comes the 66 of Cody Harger. Coming to the stripe. It's 2 laps to go. Big run from the 02 on the outside. 3 wide for second, third, and fourth. On point is the 33. Contact with the 86 and the 02. They gather it up. They keep it straight. Nobody wrecks, but dropping back is the 86 and the 02. Colt Ainsley, Thomas McMullen in line with Justin Napier on the outside. Back in 7th, 8th, and 9th. 2 to go. Bobby Hamilton Jr. into the back bumper of the 33. Loosens him up. But again, they keep going. Sliding up the track. The 66 is going to take advantage to the lead. Coming to the line. We got 1 lap to go. Cody Harger to the point. Cody Harger's got to make that Plasmine Technology street stock nice and wide, but not soon enough. Bobby Hamilton Jr. to the inside, gets clipped by the 40 of Jeff Napier. Around they go. This is going to be it. Cody Harger's got to get back to the line. Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Jeff Napier making contact on the last lap in turns 1 and 2. Looks like it's going to give this one to the 66 of Cody Harger. Looking off turn 4 for the checkered flag. It is Cody Harger taking the win here at Nashville Superspeedway, a championship night in the street stock. Second place, Will Hewitt. Third, Colt Ainsley. Fourth, Brian Rose by a narrow margin, and Thomas McMullen still brings it home 5th. Whew. I don't know about you, but that was a good one. Be curious to see where Bobby ends up with this. I know he was fighting for a championship there. We'll have to see how the points pan out. Keep you posted on that shortly. I'll find out soon enough.
Win, Cody.
Well, that wraps up the race, ladies and gentlemen. We're still waiting to find out on the results of our champion. In the meantime, we're going to get to our 3rd place finisher, Colt Ainsley. We'll get him pulled up here in the broadcast room. In fact, he's already here. Awesome. Colt, tell us about your night. It looked like you had an opportunity to get the win there and some trouble late. Walk us through it.
Just wild racing.
I was really hoping to go ahead and pull off one more win in the street stocks. I think this is a send-off race, but at the end of the day, I was also trying to help Will. He's in the running for the championship, so I really wanted to win, and that's what I'm here to do. But I realized just the way the pack was, I wasn't going to be able to. So next best thing is try to push a teammate to the win, and hopefully a championship.
Well, it was certainly entertaining to watch. Even with the 9 cars that we had in the field tonight, you couldn't tell it was a short field. There was entertainment every lap. It was like watching a big race at Talladega. It was really entertaining. I appreciate it. Do we have any results on champion yet? Or are they still tallying up the numbers?
We're still chewing fingernails over here, so.
Oh boy. All right, Colt. Well, again, congratulations on the 3rd place run. Great time watching tonight. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Just gotta thank everybody in the league that puts this on. Hopefully this isn't the last time we see street stocks, but I think it is for a little while. So they had a really good run. I really enjoyed them. Cody and Bobby for putting everything on here at the league. The Hateful Chicken. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Gotta thank Butt Kicker for being on the car. Butt Kicker, Raise Energy, Snyder's with Will. Just everybody that helps put this together. You guys that were broadcasting, and my family back home watching pretty much every race. So they didn't miss a single lap all season. So that was really cool.
Yeah, the Ainsleys certainly chimed in on the chat tonight. We appreciate them watching the broadcast. And again, congratulations, Colt. And we'll see you in a little bit in Super Lates.
Thanks. See you there.
That was Colt Ainsley in the number 86 Butt Kicker Street Stock, finishing 3rd place. Next up, we have our 2nd place finisher, Will Hewitt. Will Hewitt, Steve in the broadcast. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, it seems like every week I'm interviewing you. You're making a habit of this. Congratulations on 2nd place. Walk us through your night.
Well, I wish it was first. This was just a blast of a race. I mean, just the drivability of these cars here and the throttle control, it just really suited what I like.
Well, it was really fun to watch for sure. We thought you had it sewed up there at the end, but things got crazy, almost Talladega, Daytona-like. Watching these street stocks here at Nashville Super Speedway, it was just awesome. I said it to Colt. It's just no shortage of action everywhere you looked. I can't imagine what it was like sitting in the cockpit of that car tonight.
I mean, it was nuts. I mean, you get just one little run goes wrong for you, and you're 3 wide in the middle, losing 5 positions. So, I mean, it was just a nutty race. It was fun though.
Guys weren't roughing you up too bad. It was all clean racing, or what?
I made a mistake, roughed a few feathers, but it was a lot of beating and banging, but it was fun.
Well, take us back to that moment. It was, I believe, post yellow flag. Did you get into the 66, or was it someone else after the yellow had come out?
I think it was the 66. I don't know. I just wasn't really paying attention, and I cut him down the turn, and I think he was coming up because we were obviously under caution, and we just got together.
Well, no major harm, no major foul. You still brought it home 2nd place. Congratulations. You want to tell us who helps you do this?
I just want to say thank you to Snyder's Convenient Corner, where you can get all of your Boar's Head meats.
Boar's Head's meats. That sounds pretty good to me. Making me hungry,
Oh,
Will.
they're great. They're great.
Well, again, congratulations for 2nd place. We'll see how things pan out in the championship, and we'll find out about that soon enough. And we'll see you in Super Lates.
Yep. Really looking forward to the Super Late.
Take care, bud. It's your 2nd place finisher, Will Hewitt. Let's move on to our race winner, Cody Harger. Cody, Steve up in the broadcast. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Happy ending. You ended up with the checkered flag tonight. Late race move. Things kind of fell in your lap there, but you had to come back up to the front after some issues. Tell us about your night.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. First laps on this place in the street stock were in practice and on my own, just kind of trying to figure out a line. I was a little off. Then we got into doing some some pit parties, and that kind of helped me figure out, okay, where the momentum comes, where it dies, what to do with the car. And luckily put her out on pole, and then mixed it up there in the first half of the race. Felt really good. Kind of got shuffled back and come back up to finish up front when the halfway caution fell. And pit stop, everything was uneventful, but unfortunately one of the other admins accidentally gave me the EOL for winning last week's race, but it wasn't me, it was Bobby. So I got inadvertently stuck to the rear, and we didn't have enough time to correct it. So it was just see what I could do, and then I come back up to the pack, and pandemonium happened in front of me and got tied up in a deal between the 54 and 89. And so then we were at the back again, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, I was going to drive aggressive and get what I could, and somehow made it up to third. And then Bobby and Will were too busy racing each other, not worrying about me, and hung that down there on the apron. And I saw it, so I decided, heck, I'm going to lift early and jump on the throttle and drive it up underneath them and see what happens. And it pretty as a picture. They both moved up a lane, and here I come with a head of steam on the white flag lap, or coming to get the white. And then I think somebody turned Bobby there, turn 1 and 2, and that just gave me the gap I need. I didn't even really have to drive hard that last lap. So, no, all in all, for everything that happened, everything working against me to come out with a win, I'm stoked.
Well, gets the inadvertent EOL late in the race. Doesn't need to worry about it because he drives back up through the field. It was certainly wild and exciting to watch for sure. But going back to earlier on, about halfway after the caution came out, we talked to Will Hewitt about this. Tell us what your vantage point was in that incident post yellow flag going into one.
We were damn near 3 wide when we come to the halfway, and I threw the yellow, and I didn't just dump out of the throttle, but I lifted out of it a little bit just to slow down, and I think it was one of those deals. The guys behind me maybe just didn't check up quite as much as I did, and I had Colt on my inside and Will on my outside, and I don't think really anybody really was expecting us to be 3 wide there. And I don't know if maybe I come up or Will come down or what happened, but luckily I don't think really anybody took too much damage from it. I only had like a couple of seconds, so I didn't even use my fast repair there, which was good because luckily I had it for later in the race when I got destroyed. So yeah, I think it's just one of those deals. Probably a little not paying attention on probably a little bit of all of our parts there to keep it off each other when the yellow was out.
Well, little harm, little foul. It made it work for everybody in the end. Looks like all those involved, at least 2 of you finished top 2, so that couldn't have been that bad. Again, I want to say congratulations for the win. Is there anybody you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, again, I got to thank Plasmine Technologies for being on the car this whole season. Glad to finish out the season in the street stocks with a W for them. And thank the Hateful Chicken for being our broadcasting sponsor. They've stepped on board this season, and it's been an awesome relationship so far. I hope everybody there is watching tonight and enjoyed the racing and are ready to watch a little super late model action to finish out the season. And then again, thank you, Steve, with HBR TV for becoming our new broadcast partner. Definitely excited about what we got in the future.
Happy to do it. Once again, congratulations to Cody Harger and the number 66 Plasmine Technology Street Stock, our winner here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway. Just need to find out who our champion is.
I just tabulated the points. The champion of the street stocks this season was Bobby Hamilton Jr.
So there we have it. I'm getting word that our champion is Bobby Hamilton Jr. in the street stocks. Let's pull him up. Bobby Hamilton Jr. says Steve in the broadcast booth. You got me?
Yeah, man.
I guess I want to say Bobby Hamilton Jr., champion of the SCAR Street Stock Series. Congratulations. Tell us about your night.
We had a really good night going, and at the end we got turned a little bit, but other than that, all the hard work during the season paid off because it saved us, and get to collect another ring.
It was really entertaining to watch for sure. We thought you had a shot there for the win at the end, but things got jumbled off of 4. Tell us about what happened there.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. I hadn't watched the replay, and I just know that when I got underneath Cody, I was like, okay, he's probably going to run me hard getting into 1, which he did. And then, but I went in the deepest I have all night. and I think the 40 went in there running wide open and just got into me because he had a big run and turned us. So, but that race that was no way. If you'd have told me it's going to end up that way, I'd have been like, yeah, because I thought it was just going to be kind of follow the leader type deal. But it was, it wound up being a pretty good race. Hope the fans like it. But overall, we got one more tonight and one more tomorrow. Try to get.
Well, I certainly found myself very busy calling the race tonight. Watching practice, I didn't think it was going to be the same, just like what you just said, but it turned into almost a Daytona-Talladega style race with the draft coming into play and guys having to push and beat and bang to make some moves. It was a great race from my perspective, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, the good thing this next one would be kind of a little bit more easier to get by people. Tire wear is real big at Dover, and they're extremely fast. So we're going to go from one extreme to the other one, I think.
Well, again, congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank for tonight?
Yeah, all the men and women at Hateful Chicken, everybody, they keep this thing going and support us every week. Everybody sees them on the comments, and all the fans that comment on there, all the Cody Ansley fans and Thomas McMullen fans and even Cody Hager fans. I mean, everybody gets on there, supports this thing, keep it going, and appreciate all those guys and all my drivers. I mean, they all did an awesome job tonight.
All the guys and Cody too. Bobby Hamilton Jr., your SCAR Street Stock champion. Congratulations. We'll see you in the Super Lates.
Thank you, bud.
Well, there you have it. Our champion, Bobby Hamilton Jr., and our winner, Cody Harger, of tonight's race. We're going to step aside here and take a short break, and we'll meet you on the other side for the SCAR Super Late Model final race of the season, the championship race from Dover Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.
laps. Halfway caution at 20. If a caution comes out naturally between 15 and 20, we'll go ahead and make that the halfway caution. One set of tires on pit road, one fast repair on pit road. Normal start and restart rules apply. Leader has option of inside outside. Last race for the super late models this season. So everybody go out there and have fun. Along with ARCA cars, if you haven't already heard.
Cody Harger wrapping up the drivers' meeting for tonight's super late model event here at Dover International. We cut him off a little bit too soon, but just keep in mind super late models will return next year, Monday nights, alternating Monday nights, I believe, with the ARCA cars instead of street stock. So it's going to be super lates and ARCA on alternating weeks. So make sure you guys tune in next season for that. Going to be very exciting. Can't wait to watch it. All right, Holler Boys racing. You backseat driving? Everybody out here watching the stream, if you want to chime in, if there's any audio issues that you're not happy with, you can't hear the cars, you can't hear me, you can't hear the interviews, please let us know. Trying to get the levels just right. Don't want the cars to be too quiet, but I also don't want to drown myself out. So don't be bashful, I won't take offense, it's all good. Eddie Rose chiming in to watch the race. Welcome, Eddie. Thanks, Melinda. Thanks, Eddie. Like I said, it's never the same settings. So if we're quiet, just let us know. We'll fix it. All right, qualifying session has begun. Let's see who hits the track first. Looks like Colt Ainsley's out there. Let's see what kind of laps Colt can throw down here. Green flag is out for Colt Ainsley on his first qualifying lap. Lap 1 for Colt is a 23.77. Puts him P1 for now on the provisional pole. Bobby Hamilton Jr. ran a 23.85 on his first lap. Cody Harger a 23.97. Crosses the line for lap 2. Colt Ainsley checks in with a 23.76, just a tick quicker than lap 1. Still P1. Bobby Hamilton Jr. wrapping up his second attempt, 23.83. Carson Conway didn't get lap 1 in clean. Lap 2 is a 24.41. Not a great lap for Carson. Thomas McMullen, lap 1, 24.63. Coming off turn number 4 to take lap 2. Checks in at a 24.13. Brian Rose heading out on track. Let's follow his 2 laps in qualifying here. Green flag on lap 1 for Brian Rose. Number 89, Two Blessings Thrift Shop. Cadillac. Brian Rose off turn 4, completing lap number 1. Through the time sticks at 23.96. Puts him 6 quick on the board. Let's see if he can improve on lap 2. Looks clean, coming off turn 4. Checkered flag is up. Lap 2 for Brian is at 23.92. He did improve up to 5th spot. Meanwhile, Justin Napier, I missed his lap, but he ran a 23.73, almost a 74, to take the pole. Great lap for Justin. Beats out Colt Ainsley by 3/100ths of a second. Will Hewitt was third, 7/100ths back. Tight qualifying here at Dover. See if we can drag Brian Rose in real quick for us. Sneak in chat. Brian Rose, Steve Singer in the broadcast. Are you with us?
Yeah,
Brian Rose, real quick before we get started here, tell us about practice. Tell us about our qualifying lap. You're rolling off P5 here mid-pack. Tell us about it.
Mid-pack's looking at where I wanted to be. I'm terrible at qualifying, but I just got out there and ran a lap, wanted to see what's going to do on cold tires. Track's real slick, got them on the throttle coming in and out of the corners. you know, these cars are real fast around here, but they will snap out from under you in a heartbeat. Tires are going to wear out a lot faster than what a lot of guys might think, so we just got to be able to keep it clean and stay out of trouble.
A lot of power in these super lates. Got to keep them gripped up. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just want to thank Collar Boys Racing, HBR TV for putting this on. Everybody down there at the Hateful Chicken, I hope everybody's eating good. Two Blessings Thrift Shop and Popple. Go out here and try to get them a good finish.
All right, Brian, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Brian Rose, always great with his sponsors. Got to get everybody in. Can't fault him for that. Good luck to Brian Rose in the number 89, Two Blessings, Popple, Castle Pex, Power, State Farm, Kentucky Fried Chicken. What's not on there? We don't want to do that. Hateful Chicken. Hateful Chicken's got KFC beat any day of the week. All right, back up front, our pole sitter Justin Napier rolls off behind the pace car. This 1 mile high banked concrete oval of Dover International. Not sure if we're going to get one pace lap. Looks like we're going to go green this time. Gridded up real quick. Justin Napier on pole. Second, Colt Ainsley. Third is Will Hewitt. Fourth is Bobby Hamilton Jr., our recently crowned street stock champion. Fifth is Brian Rose. Sixth, Cody Harger. Seventh, Thomas McMullen. Eighth is Jeff Napier. And rolling off shotgun on the field again is Carson Conway. Race cars in pit lane. We'll wait on the green flag to start the race. Justin Napier in the 54. Looks like the 86 of Colt Ainsley went a little bit early, unless he just got the jump on the green flag. I didn't see the flagger, so he could have just had a perfect start. But he is our current leader in the 86 Butt Kicker Super Late model. I believe that's a Dodge. Justin Napier, I think, might have clipped the wall a little bit coming off. Puts him back to P3, about to lose that spot to Will Hewitt. Shuffles him back to fourth. Terry, thanks. That was my mistake. I didn't click the mute button. We'll get him next time. Meanwhile, Justin Napier, our pole sitter, has dropped back to fourth spot on lap 3 here at Dover. Settling in, just getting into a rhythm. He's got speed in the car. He can certainly get around this place, but showing that car's pretty loose coming off. 54, real loose on exit. Putting the power down a little too hard. The same situation looks like coming off turn 2. Back up front, Colt Ainsley continues to lead, but Bobby Hamilton Jr. is putting the pressure on already. Lap 5 of 40 here at Dover. This is the last race of the season for our super late model guys. We're going to crown another champion. 2 in one night. How is that? Can't beat it. Top 3, Colt Ainsley. Second, Bobby Hamilton Jr. Third, Will Hewitt. And fourth, we still have Justin Napier. Putting the attack back to the 33. He seems to have gathered things back up and is making his charge back through the field. Bobby Hamilton Jr. showing patience behind the 86 of Colt Ainsley. It is early yet in the running. Takes a look to the inside. Doesn't have the position just yet. Settles in behind the 86. Going to take a look off down low again. Has a little momentum on the high side. Looks low into turn 1. Side by side with Colt Ainsley. Colt pulls away a little bit on that middle groove. Not really a high side worked in just yet. Top 4 under a blanket. The 86, the 16, the 33, and the 54. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking inside again into 1. He's battling for the top spot. He's allowed the 33 of Will Hewitt and Justin Napier in the 54 to close the gap. Colt Ainsley certainly has a mirror full of an angry, hateful chicken in the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Can he hold him off at least to the halfway point? We got 10 laps before that. Or is Bobby Hamilton Jr. just riding, trying to learn what Colt Ainsley, what kind of line he's running? Where can he take advantage? Late look to the inside, trying to get Colt into his mirrors. Trying to push him into a mistake. Sometimes you don't need to be faster. Sometimes you just got to force their hand. Bobby Hamilton Jr. not giving the 86 of Colt Ainsley an inch here. Just waiting for the simplest of mistakes to take advantage of the position. Or could he just be trying to find some clean air on the nose of that number 16? Bobby looks again to the inside into turn 1. Gets alongside of Colt. Colt on a higher lane there, keeps up the momentum. Will Hewitt taking a look to the inside of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Bobby Hamilton Jr., our street stock champion, is actually also wearing one of our helmet cams. Let's go on board with the number 16 Hateful Chicken Machine and see what he sees. Nice and smooth for the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. He's following in the tire tracks of Colt Ainsley. Colt does slip the car up to that middle groove. Leaves half a groove on the bottom for the 16. Bobby almost seems content to just ride behind the 86 at this point, but they don't give trophies or checks for halfway. They give them for the last lap. Top 4 under a blanket. Colt Ainsley, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Will Hewitt, Justin Napier. Justin Napier clips the wall hard coming off of 4. Almost puts it on its lid, keeps it going. I'm sure he's got some right side damage off that impact, but he's got such a gap on 5th place. Thomas McMullen. Almost seems like he's gotten away with one. Back up front, the front 3, Colt Ainsley, Bobby Jr., and Will Hewitt looking to the inside of the Hateful Chicken number 16. Bobby Hamilton Jr. still looking to the inside of Colt Ainsley. Now is the time if he's going to make the pass for the halfway. Will Hewitt looking low on the 16. He's got position on Bobby Hamilton Jr. into turn 3. He takes second place. A brazen move by the 33. Halfway, caution's out. Man, that clicked off in a hurry. Running position as they run right now is the 86 Colt Ainsley. Will Hewitt second, Bobby Jr. is third. Justin Napier maintains fourth position, but I think he's going to pit here to get some of that right side damage repaired. Fifth, Thomas McMullen. Sixth is Hollerboy Racing's Brian Rose, followed by the 66 of Cody Harger, the 40 of Jeff Napier, and the 72 of Carson Conway. Someone was asking about the other Hateful Chicken car. Here he is. Jeff Napier, the short track king himself, and the number 40 Hateful Chicken. Appears to be Chevrolet super late model. It's his bright green chassis. As he did in the street stock event, looks like Jeff's going to stay out, so we'll follow the leaders into pit lane. Colt Ainsley in the pits, Will Hewitt. Jeff Napier does stay out. Bobby Jr., Justin Napier, Thomas McMullen, Brian Rose, Cody Harger, Carson Conway. Everybody on pit lane with the exception of the 40. So let's keep an eye on Justin here, see what kind of time he spends in pit lane. Remember, he did smack the wall pretty hard coming off turn 4. That number 1 pit position. Race off pit lane is won by the 02 of Thomas McMullen, followed by the 86, the 33, and the 16. Brian Rose is rolling, the 66 and the 72 in that order. Justin Napier in the 54. Looks like he is sitting on pit lane trying to get some of that right side damage repaired. Off he rolls. Back in the fight he goes. Back up front. Thomas McMullen takes over the lead position as Jeff Napier does decide to pit. I believe he will get entering a closed pit penalty for this, but it's a tail end of the longest line type situation, which he was going to end up anyway since everybody else already took their pits. Jeff just trying to get credit for that lead lap. Now, I believe Thomas is getting an EOL here for a win penalty from last week. So that would explain why the 02 is shotgun on the field here. 17 laps to go. It's going to put Colt Ainsley as our P1 driver. Outside of him is the 33 of Will Hewitt. Third place, Bobby Hamilton Jr. Fourth place, Brian Rose. Fifth place, Cody Harger. Justin Napier managed to get back there in 6th. Don't count him out yet. 6 spots, not impossible. He's certainly quick around here at Dover. He's got fresh tires. He's got the damage repaired. Don't count him out. Green flag is in the air. The 86 is off and running. Good restart by Colt Ainsley. Will Hewitt tucks in behind. Third, Bobby Hamilton Jr. Fourth, Brian Rose. In that middle lane takes the bottom on exit. Into turn 3 and 4. Colt Ainsley continues to lead and dominate this race here at Dover Motor Speedway. I guess we're going to call it Dover International Speedway now. Will Hewitt looking to the inside in turn 3. Doesn't have the position just yet, but he's hungry for that lead with 15 to go. Ooh, Brian Rose to the inside, clips the inside wall, doesn't bring out a yellow. Such high banks here at Dover, it's a self-cleaning racetrack. If you catch the wall, you're going to the bottom. Speaking of the bottom, the 33 looking inside of the 86, nothing doing. Same struggles that the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. was having. Could get alongside on entry, but the momentum on the outside line was carrying him off the corner. It's a 3-car battle here. Bobby Hamilton to the outside in the 33. Will Hewitt still looking low on Colt Ainsley for the lead. Lap after lap, Colt Ainsley continues to dominate here at Dover. Bobby Jr. looking to the inside of Will Hewitt. Looks like he's going to have the position. Will washed up the track. Doesn't have him cleared, though, side by side down the front stretch. Into turns 1 and 2. This allowing the 86 of Colt Ainsley to get away a little bit. Ooh, Cody Harger in the wall coming off turn 4, gathers it up and continues on. But again, very similar situation as Justin Napier had, catching the wall coming off, damaging that right side. Cody back in the gas, trying to work his way around the 0-2. Back up front, Colt Ainsley continues to lead. Bobby Hamilton Jr. runs second, Will Hewitt third. Got 3 distinct little groups here, 3 up front, and then 4th, 5th, and 6th a little ways back. Bobby Hamilton Jr. right on the back bumper of Colt Ainsley, giving him all he can handle right now, and looks like Bobby may have clipped the wall coming off too. Doesn't phase him a bit though, looking inside of the 86. 86 of Colt Ainsley closes the door. Off turn 4, we're coming to 7 laps to go. Will Hewitt trying to capitalize on the battle. And we have a caution. We have a caution. Oh boy, here we go. Shootout time here at Dover. Looks like Justin Napier has had an incident. Let's go take a look. The Hateful Chicken instant replay. Justin Napier working the high line, gets out of the groove and again catches the wall in turn 4, rides the wall, gets it upside down, collects the 0-2 of Thomas McMullen. Cody Harger gets by. But an unfortunate end tonight for our pole sitter, Justin Napier. So I believe street stock race was a 5-lap shootout near the end there, but I believe it's going to be at most 3 laps. Green flag, 2 to go, white flag, checkered flag. Eddie Rose, have you been to the Hateful Chicken? Oh, Hateful Chicken replay. I didn't scroll down enough. It's the only downside to having the Hateful Chicken as a sponsor is I'm hungry by the end of the night, and I'm like 12 hours from that place. Menu looks great. Everything on there looks great. Beer's probably nice and cold. I can tell you right now, if I'm ever down that way, I'm going to stop. I mean, if anybody's within even an hour of the Hateful Chicken, make it a point to head on down, grab a cold adult beverage, some amazing food. One of these days, Eddie, one of these days. All right, back to the action here at Dover. Pace car lights are off. We're going to have a shootout. It's 4 to go, coming to 3 to go. Colt Ainsley with the lead. To the outside is the 16 of Bobby Jr. Good jump by Colt Ainsley. Decent jump by Will Hewitt as well. 3 laps to go. Top 3 under a blanket. Colt Ainsley, dominating performance, continues to lead. Can he wrap it up here with 2.5 left? Bobby Hamilton Jr., a good run coming off turn 2. We got trouble going down the backstretch. Carson Conway in the wall. We stay under green. Bobby Hamilton Jr. looking inside. Colt doing the block. A little contact into turn 1. Loosens up the 86. Bobby gives him a break. Backs off just so ever slightly. Will Hewitt looking to take advantage of any issues that could happen up front through 3 and 4. Colt Ainsley continues to lead. Bobby Hamilton Jr. aggressively wanting that top spot, wanting that win here at Dover. Looking inside into 1. White flag is in the air. To the inside, Bobby Hamilton Jr. rubbing doors with the 86. More contact. The 86 is in the wall off turn 2. Bobby Hamilton Jr. wrecking on the inside. Will Hewitt continues on. Thomas McMullen takes over the lead. An amazingly exciting finish here at Dover International. A surprise victory by Thomas McMullen, who I believe won last week. Takes it home here in the season finale in the SCAR Super Late Championship race here at Dover International. What happened there? All right, Eddie Rose, you ready? Here it comes. Hateful Chicken instant replay. Not sure if Bobby just got loose from the contact with Colt Ainsley. Let's see if we can find a different replay here. Colt hits the wall hard coming off too. Puts that car into a spin and up on its roof. That wasn't a great one. One more shot here. Looks like Bobby just got loose after getting into Colt. Maybe he got into the brakes. Thrilling finish here at Dover. Thomas McMullen taking the win. Of course, we're going to have to wait on championship results as well. So, our finishing order looks like Thomas McMullen in the 02, Will Hewitt second place, and our pole sitter Justin Napier battling back to finish third. Battling back or getting lucky, either way. Top three is a top three. And I don't know if the rest of our top three is going to join Thomas at start finish. Oh, they're back here. Okay. Well, in the meantime, let's pull up Justin Napier here. Where's Justin? Justin Napier. It's Steve in the broadcast. You got us?
Hey, Steve. How's it going, buddy?
You know, this is becoming a usual thing. You got a win last Tuesday in the Cup Series, pole position here in Super Lates, and you bring it home third. Tell us about your day.
Well, I started my day off
with waking up and going to work like every other normal person and telling my coworkers about how great iRacing is, and then I come home and take a nap, get on iRacing, and man, I tell you what, we're going to streak. I'm happy to bring home a podium finish here. I really am. I'm hoping this becomes a trend. Once you win one, your ego kind of inflates, and you try and try again. But unfortunately, this one is another case scenario like last Tuesday. It just fell into my lap.
Well, Justin taking my question of how was your day very literally, but that's all right. What did you have for breakfast?
Yeah, I didn't eat breakfast. I had lunch, though. I had a great, like, ham sandwich for breakfast. Oh, yeah. A little bit of pie on the side. I had a little brownie on top. Yeah.
See, proof positive that you don't necessarily have to have breakfast to have a successful day. Justin Napier finishing third place here after some issues early. Tell us about the issues early on. You caught the wall coming off, I believe, turn 4 and almost got the thing up on its roof.
Well, I did end up on my roof at one point. The second wreck, that first one, man, I tell you what, that wall is nasty. I mean, you're driving the car on the edge. You're trying to get every bit out of the car you can, especially when you're trying to keep up with the guys in front of you because you're waiting for them to make a mistake. And, I didn't have any pressure from behind, unfortunately. That's kind of a rookie mistake. I shouldn't have been pushing the car as hard, but, I mean, when you know you're fast, you just kind of want to stay with everybody. Felt good about the car coming into practice. Didn't feel so good about it at the start of the race. But all in all, I can't complain. I mean, probably home with podium, one way or another.
Now, you definitely seem fast out there, even after the incident when you collected the wall. Congratulations again, top 3, finished third. Is there anybody that you want to thank for helping you get this done?
Oh, yeah. I would love to thank, starting off with you, Steve, man. Thank you so much for broadcasting. It's definitely a different feeling to be full-time back in the car, and that's all I focus on now. Hateful Chicken for sponsoring the league, and, what amazing sponsor. Anybody ever comes around Nashville or Ashland City, you guys need to go over to Hateful Chicken, check it out. I think, it's a really cool place. Got to thank all the other sponsors on all the other cars. I know Will, he's got sponsors. Colt, he has sponsors. Holler Boys, all your sponsors that help us all out, as a group. You got to appreciate every single one of them. They're not sponsoring me individually. But the fans, absolutely. I know I got one special fan out there, Madeline. What's up? My dad for racing with me, and I got to be appreciative of everything going on around here. This is a lot of fun. I'm glad we put on a good show for everybody.
Well, Justin, again, congratulations, third place finish. We'll see you again tomorrow for Cup.
Oh yeah, man. I got a little bit of practice in yesterday. It's gonna be a pretty good show, I think. It's a tough one. It's definitely gonna be the Monster Mile tomorrow.
Well, we look forward to seeing it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, next up, we'll bring Will Hewitt into the booth. Will Hewitt, Steve up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I feel like we just did this recently. Congratulations. Second place once again.
I felt like I was fastest out there, honestly.
I mean, it was very similar watching in the street stocks. You were quick there for sure, just couldn't bring it home. But, I mean, what could you have done different tonight?
Honestly, I mean, just not giving up third or not giving up second to Bobby there. I think if I could have stayed in second, I could have probably made a run at it.
Pretty aggressive moves by the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Unfortunately, didn't really work out for him either, as he ended up wrecked on the backstretch. What was your stance and your viewpoint on that incident?
I mean, I saw him enter one, and I think Colt hit the apron, and they both got together, and I just gassed it and got under them both, but Bobby spun down into me, and I just cranked it off the inside wall, but brought it home second.
You certainly got it clear enough to at least bring it home to a second place finish. Congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank for helping you get it done here in the Super Late Model Series?
I just want to thank Ray's Energy.
Ray's Energy. There's your second place finisher, Willie Hewitt, in the Super Late Model finale here at Dover International. We'll see you in Cup tomorrow, Will. Thanks.
Thank you.
Lastly, we'll bring up Thomas McMullen, our race winner. Let's see, we get him up here in the booth. Where'd he go? There he is. Thomas McMullen, Steve up in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
You win again. Last minute heroics or just got lucky to get through? I mean, tell us about your race.
I'll tell you what, I've been racing for quite a while, and I've had more than one fall on my lap. That was the definition of having one fall on your lap right there. I was junked the whole race. I mean, I don't know what those guys were doing different than I was, but I can tell you there, after we put on tires at the halfway break, that I was driving the wheels off this thing just to keep the small little gap that I had in between, you know, me and the faster guys in front of me. And, you know, me and Justin got together there at the end and came in, put on my left side tires, and just to kind of see what they would do, because I figured I had nothing to lose. And, you know, they gave me, I don't know if they really helped me a whole lot, but, you know, they definitely didn't slow me down there. And I watched them when they took the white flag in front of me. They were all over each other, and kind of figured that something like that was going to happen on the last lap, because they were all racing real hard in front of me. So, you know, that's pretty cool, man. It's nice to have one fall in your lap like that every now and again. You know, they don't, as I always said, they don't ask how, they ask how many.
Doesn't matter how you end up winning it, as long as you take the checkered flag. We'll call it a win in the record book at the end of the day. That's for sure. So, congratulations for sure. Is this 2 in a row for you?
Yeah, this is 2 in a row, man. And like I said, I was not expecting that earlier in the night. I figured I'd be junked tonight.
Well, again, we take them however we can get them. Congratulations. Is there anybody you want to thank for helping you get this deal done here in Super Late Model?
Yeah, Murder Creek Distillery. As always, they make some incredible stuff. Next Generation Fishing Charters. I'm actually wearing one of their t-shirts right now. If you're ever on the Gulf Coast and you need to catch some fish, or you want to catch some fish, come on down. They'll put you on them. And MC Equipment Services, as always. You guys, the Hateful Chicken, everyone that watched tonight, I hope y'all enjoyed the show. I was having a blast there.
Well, Murder Creek Distilleries and the Hateful Chicken, I almost see a collaboration starting there. You got to get the Hateful Chicken or talk to Bobby, see if you can talk to somebody at the Hateful Chicken to start carrying some of that Murder Creek Distillery product. I think that might be a really good idea. A winner for both sponsors, you know?
Yeah, I'll see if we can get some. I'll see if we can get some Murder Creek moonshine sent up that way.
A little business-to-business opportunity courtesy of Thomas McMullen, our winner here at Dover International in the Scars Super Late Championship finale. Congratulations, Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow in Cup.
Hopefully.
All right, man. Have a good night. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
We're just waiting on word on who is our Super Late Model champion. At this point, I'm not 100% sure if they've got the math quite figured out. We wait with bated breath, that is for sure. And I'm being told that Bobby is our champion. Let's pull him up. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Steve in the broadcast booth. Do you got me?
Hey, man.
Bobby Hamilton Jr., another championship, 2 in 1 evening. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. But at the end of the day, they're there to win the races, and that was. Yeah, I just asked him. I said, would it have been better to run second than to wreck both of us? And I knew coming into the race, all I had to do was just be up front majority of the time, and the 33 couldn't beat me or the 2. So I was just going for the win. And like I said, I saved the replay, and one of the other admins texted me. He's like, you just drove you down to the flat. I'm like, you did. I had nowhere to go but to spin out. So, but it is what it is. We'll move. I mean, this won the championship and add another ring and try to win the regular championship tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is certainly racing. From my perspective up in the booth, it did look like the 86 came down a little bit. It wasn't too aggressive, but it did result in an incident. It's close racing for the win. I see what happened there. I mean, I would have done the same. I would have tried to block you. I think I would have been just as aggressive trying to keep the inside. These things happen. So,
yeah, and it's a non-forgiving racetrack too. And plus, he's going for what he needs to do. He needs to go win. He's trying to win the race, and I understand that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But as there's lanes on the racetrack, and I seen him crowd me, but I was like, I think we'll make it off. I was figured if he was going to stay with me on the back straightaway, he had the race because all he had to do was run on the outside of me. And the 33 is probably going to make it 3 wide on us, and that was going to be interesting. So I had nowhere else to go. I was on the flat. So, and I get it, and I know what he's trying to do, but at the same time, it's just, you hate to let one slip through your fingers. But at the end of the day, we came here to win a championship. We did, and that's 2 for the Hateful Chicken and all the boys and girls watching from that side. And got him another championship for him tonight, and see if we can win the regular season championship tomorrow.
Yeah, it certainly seemed like the low lane around here was difficult as far as trying to complete a pass. You could get to the inside. I saw a lot of times into one, but you couldn't complete the pass just for the fact that I think Colt had some momentum on the outside. Was there another strategy that could have gotten you by him on the outside? Could you beaten him to that high side at all, or no?
Well, I could get in the gas quicker than he could, and I could stay in it. And I would just basically run in half throttle through the center to get my runs off. And every time I try to get a run, he would use his car to block the run or whatever, which he's supposed to. And so I knew, I think it was a lap before the end, I went in there and gave him a shot, try to get him off the bottom and squirt through the middle. But he got 2 sideways, and I was letting him save it. And then I had to watch my mirror for the 33. And, it's just real close racing. That's the thing about Dover. There's 2 lanes, and every driver is going to take theirs out of the middle. So it's just hard racing. It's over with. Move on to Cup car tomorrow.
Well, again, congratulations. It's not the checkered flag, but again, it's an additional championship ring. Congratulations to Bobby Hamilton Jr. Is there anybody you want to thank for helping you get this done this season?
Yeah, just all the drivers again, and you guys, y'all stepped in and picked up on the broadcast, and everybody's talking about how nice and stuff that is, how good job y'all do. And all the drivers again put on another good show, and definitely all the fans on the broadcast who's cheering for each one of their drivers, and that's what makes this thing cool is everybody gets on there, speaks their opinion, and votes for their drivers, whether it's good or bad, and speaks their opinion. I like that. So just everything is a really good deal right now.
All right, Bobby. Well, again, congratulations on another championship. We'll see you tomorrow in the Cup race.
Thank you, bud.
Well, there you have it. You've heard it from our winner, our second place, our third place, and our championship winner. Again, Bobby Hamilton Jr. takes home the SCARS Super Late Model Championship at Dover International. Please join us tomorrow for the Cup race. It's going to be just as exciting, if not more so. Again, to wrap things up here, our race results. Thomas McMullen coming in with a surprise win, making it 2 in a row to finish out the season. Will Hewitt wraps things up in second. Justin Napier, our pole sitter, battles back from some adversity and finishes in third place. Jeff Napier, short track king himself, had some issues early on, but really did a great job bringing the car back home in a top 4, top 5 position, 4th position. Cody Harger in the 66 was 5th. Carson Conway of Holler Boys Racing and Brian Rose 7th, also Holler Boys Racing. Our champion Bobby Hamilton Jr. was 8th, and rounding out the field was the dominant Colt Ainsley. Really looked like he had this one in the bag, but got caught up in an incident late trying to protect. It is what it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles here in racing. We'll go on to the next one tomorrow in the Cup Series. Once again, I'm Steve Singer with Holler Boys Racing TV. We'll see you tomorrow.